With the departure of Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich in the next coming windows, more and more likely Bayern are looking for a replacement. They may have found just the right man in Antony. Let's get right into it. Welcome to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. So there's been a lot of reports recently of Antony coming to Bayern Munich in the next coming transfer windows. So just some background on him. He is an Ajax talent, so a Brazilian international who is already playing for the senior squad. He got his first cap already in just October, so last month, for the national team, and he's already got 4 games now, so they obviously are enjoying playing, and he's obviously making a good impression on the team so far. So he was transferred to Ajax back in the summer of 2020, where he came from Sao Paulo in Brazil. And also he excelled for Brazil at the Olympics in the summer, where he won gold. So why I like this transfer, he's obviously a great young talent and very high potential here. Obviously great technical dribbling and highly skilled. He also reminds me of a young Kingsley Coman, but even a better dribbler. So how much would he cost? He's currently contracted until 2025 at Ajax, and he's valued at 27.5 million USD or 24 million euros, although he hasn't received a value update since May, and it has likely excelled quite a lot since then. So I would predict a cost of around 40 to 50 million euros based on reports. Also, Ajax bought him for almost 16 million euros just over a year ago, so there's really no reason why they take a low transfer fee for him. He's contracted until 2025. There's really no reason why they would sell him for little, especially considering how much potential and skill he is showing. So the Brazilian news outlet UOL has now reported that Ajax, due to Antony's form, have increased their internal market value for the player. So they've said that teams interested in the winger will have to pay at least 40 million euros. And UOL is a reliable source in Brazil, and they state that Bayern Munich is the most interested club in the Brazilian winger. So where can Antony play? Well, he can play on the right wing, that's where he mostly plays. He can also play on the left, but most of the time he is deployed on the right side. And honestly, those are the two positions he's ever really played, at least at a pro level. So an important question here is he better than what we already have? So the answer here is no, but he is more of a long-term project. At the age of just 21 years old, he obviously has a long career ahead of him and lots of growth. And I think, Julian Nagelsmann can get the best out of this player at Bayern Munich. And also, it is hard to predict how he would play in the Bundesliga with little career stats thus far. And the only really notable league he's been playing in is the Eredivisie, and it's hard to kind of translate those numbers to the Bundesliga. Another important question is, do we have the money? Yes, and this is really by no means a signing that's going to break the bank. However, it does sound like if he keeps playing well, the transfer fee could raise. Obviously, it's going to be around 40 to 50 million euros right now, which is not what we want. Obviously, if we're paying any more than 50 mil, I think that's honestly too much, just based off how little he's shown. I know he's playing in Champions League and doing quite well this season, but still, I think we need to see a little bit more before we dish out kind of crazy money. He scored a goal and got 4 assists in the Champions League this season for Ajax. Obviously, Ajax is having quite the solid Champions League run so far, and he has 3 goals already in their Eredivisie in 9 games. So obviously, he's doing very well this season, and obviously, he does have some aspiring stats for him. So just to get into some of his career stats, so at Ajax, he has played 59 games, 14 goals, and 15 assists. See, very solid numbers. In the Champions League, he scored 2 goals and 5 assists in 8 games, so almost a goal contribution a game in the Champions League. Obviously, a very respectable stat. As for the Europa League, so last season he only had 6 appearances and had 0 goals. But still, obviously, there is massive potential here. My last question here is, would we be able to sign other players if we bought Antony? And the answer here is yes, because the fee we would receive by selling Coman should exceed the fee we would be paying for Antony. And we'd probably only ever really buy Antony if Coman were to leave by this summer and we got a good fee for Coman. I do expect Antony's price to be under 50 million, and I really hope it is, just because I think anything over that is kind of a bit crazy based on kind of what we're seeing from Antony right now. And honestly, Coman, we should be getting at least more than 54. I know he was overrated there for a bit, and his value did drop a bit, but still, I do hope we get a good fee for Coman, and, I think Bayern Munich are going to do what's in best interest for them and their financial situation. So really, hopefully, that Coman fee would kind of just replace Antony, and honestly, Antony would probably be at a more affordable wage than we would get for Coman. So overall, I do think this would be a good signing. Obviously, this is a long-term signing, so it's not somebody that would absolutely change the game day one. And honestly, Davies, I think, might start wanting to play winger a bit more. I know he's been playing a lot at the winger position or even striker position for Canada, and obviously, he's enjoying his time playing with Canada, so I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to get a more offensive role with Bayern Munich in the future. Obviously, he's starting to play a bit more up it kind of seems like every single game, Davies seems to play a little bit more up the field. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Davies eventually become a full-fledged winger for Bayern. Obviously, he's great at that left back or left wing back position, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that change happen one day. There's obviously a lot of competition at that winger spot for Antony, obviously because Sané and Gnabry are very solid right wingers and can play that position very well. So definitely there's competition there. I think Antony would be a solid signing, but I don't think we should break the bank for him until we've seen a bit more. Obviously, maybe he does turn out to be an incredible player, and I kind of eat my words here. But still, I would just like to see a little bit more before we go out and splash the big bucks on him. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to this channel. Hope to see you on the next one. Until then, Mia Samia.